for basic understanding as to how the company is performing, okay, then assessing the risk, forecasting the future performance, and also to compare it with other companies, and then to take a rational decision, that we do financial statement analysis. We have seen it is nothing but a process, okay, of evaluating different components of profit and loss account and balance sheet, so that it becomes easy for you to take decisions, right? So basically, when we talk about financial statement analysis, we are referring to the information systems which company needs to install for recording all the different stuff, so that it becomes easy for you to get all this data, and then process data will help you take decisions, right? So objectives we have seen: to assess the past performance, you have to understand where the company stands currently, to understand the risk factor. Even banks are going to do evaluation of your statements for thinking about credit risk in offering you loan, right? Then to predict the future performance, growth, okay, and all that. Then it also gives you some signs as to if a company is going to become bankrupt, or company is going to fail in future, so that you can take timely decisions, okay, so you can minimize the risk and losses in that manner, right? So we have seen advantages that you can come to know as to how the company is performing, where it stands compared with other companies in the same industry. You can also understand if there are any signs of improvement, or signs of things are becoming difficult, or you may not be able to control your business operations, right? So it also helps you identify your strengths and weaknesses, and then accordingly you can think about areas where you need to improve, okay? So this is how it helps you to establish a control procedure, or it helps you to understand how the company is performing, right? So limitations is it is ignoring the current costs. Then these are reports which are basically prepared for external reporting. So the main components only you'll have, not more details, and based on this only you're doing evaluation. So again, that evaluation have similar limitations. Then subjective evaluation may be done by the analyst, what he think is more important. Suppose he thinks only from the point of view of profitability, so he'll be focusing more on profitability, whereas a risk factor may get ignored, since that analyst is not focusing on risk more, right? So all these things we have seen. Then we have seen analysis and interpretation is quite different. Analysis is applying the tool and then coming up with some knowledge, whereas analysis will be helping you. Whatever analysis you have done, interpretation is going to help you understand the meaning of it, okay? So the first thing that you will be selecting the data, then you are going to classify the data properly, and lastly you are going to interpret it. This is how the interpretation procedure is carried out. Now tools. Now, all the tools may either be categorized into horizontal or vertical analysis. When we refer to horizontal analysis, you can easily understand we are talking about over a period of time how company has performed. Okay, you are not comparing only 1 year; you are comparing multiple years. That will be horizontal analysis. Now, you can see here when we are comparing data over a period of time, that will be called as horizontal analysis, okay? And if you are referring to only one data or other industries for that same year, that will be called as vertical analysis, okay? So the tools which we have discussed is, okay, multi-step income statement. We are going to see example of this, since this is a bit new to you, right? Multi-step income statement. In this, income statement means nothing but your profit and loss account. We are going to see the format of profit and loss account with a proper sequence as to from sales how to get gross profit, from gross profit how to get operating profit, from operating profit how to get profit before tax, then minusing tax you will be getting profit after tax. So ये format we are going to see with one example. Then comparative statement. When we talk about comparative statement, you may be comparing your own performance with other companies or your own company. Depending on that, it will be called as inter-firm comparison, when you compare your company's performance with others, okay? When you're comparing your own performance with earlier years, that will be intra-firm comparison. Now, trend analysis, you will be checking out data of last 5-10 years, and then you will be trying to judge whether the company has improved, how the trend is, whether the upward or downward trend that you can identify. Okay, common size statement will help you bring the statement to percentage form. The main component of the statement is termed as 100. So in case of profit and loss account, sales is termed as 100, whereas in case of balance sheet, your total assets or liabilities are termed as 100 and other components are found out as 200 kitna unka contribution hai, right? So for understand the format, for time being understand all these are tools and ratio analysis. Okay, so first of all, we are going to start with ratio analysis. The main reason being cash flow and fund flow, okay, are very similar. So once we start with one format, then we'll discuss this both. So since you know some of the part of ratio, today we are going to start with the ratios, right? So multi-step income statement format. Since this format is a bit new to you, just check out the details. First, what we are going to do, this format you already know. What we do is from net sales, we minus cost of goods sold. That is nothing but the direct cost. Now, what direct cost involves? Mainly when we say direct cost, manufacturing related cost. So raw material purchase may be there. Okay. Then wages, carriage inward. Okay. All these are the main expenses which are related with direct manufacturing process. So those direct expenses or manufacturing or production expenses are minus first. Then you get gross profit. Okay. Aggregate gross profit. Then to get operating profit, what we do? From this gross profit, we minus operating expenses. Okay. Which are the operating expenses? Yes. There are three major categories of overheads. If you remember in cost sheet, we have seen manufacturing expenses, that we have seen it here. Okay. Then admin and selling and distribution. These three are the expenses which are related with the business operations: manufacturing, office and admin work, and selling and distribution work. So these three expenses are there, out of which manufacturing we have covered here. Then what is left is selling and distribution, some general expenses relating to the business operations, and admin or office expenses. So what we are going to do now, cost of goods sold, from gross profit, we have to find out operating profit. So we are going to minus operating expenses from this. Okay. So what we are doing, from gross profit, we are minusing operating expenses. Now where we have to took the total of this, it may happen that out of this 150, suppose 20,000 is general expenses, suppose 30,000 is selling and distribution expenses, and 1 lakh is admin expenses. So total of this we have took here as 1,50,000. So you can see, if you have generated sales of 10 lakh and 4 lakh is the cost, direct cost relating with the manufacturing and all, then you'll be getting 6 lakh rupees gross profit, out of which business related expenses other than manufacturing expenses, okay, that is office and selling and distribution related expenses are 1,50,000. So obviously the profit which is generated out of business operations comes to 4,50,000. Now why we are showing all these variations of profit separately? Because now next thing we are going to see is cash flow statement. In cash flow statement, you will understand. So cash inflows or outflows are basically incurred or means generated for three types of activities. So in that you will find cash from operating activities, cash flow from investing activities, and cash flow from financing activities. So these are the three different types of activities. So only business operation related expenses we are covering here. Now this is the actual profit which you have got from business operations. But what happens? We have seen in the profit and loss account, what we do, profit and loss account credit side, we used to show rent received, interest received, some other income received. Okay. Apart from that, profit and loss account debit side, we used to show some other expenses and losses which are not related with business. But since you have incurred or suffered that loss, we used to show it in that statement. So you can see, apart from operating expenses, there are other expenses also which needs to be minus from this profit. So next level pay, we are going to minus that other expenses. which are called as, now these are called as operating expenses. So the other expenses which are not related to business are termed as non-operating expenses. Okay. Now we are going to minus non-operating expenses. Now we have seen also ki other income also you are going to receive. So that we are going to add. So now next step is very easy. Add other incomes and less other expenses. So we are just going to term that as non-operating income and non-operating expenses. Now the next step is, you can see here, from that operating profit of 4,50,000, some other revenues that you have got of 80,000. So what you have done in that business operations profit, you have added 80,000 since you have also received this 80,000 in terms of some other income. It may be rent received, income, interest received, or any other income received. So what we have done, this plus this we have added since it is an income. Profit may add kiya aapke, right? Now the next thing is, these are the expenses which you have incurred. So you may have paid interest, you may have paid some other finance cost. Okay. So that cost, suppose you have taken loan of rupees 10 lakh and 1 lakh rupees you are paying, suppose interest. So that we are also showing here. So though you have got this much, 4,50,000 operations profit, then 80,000 other income, this plus this around 5,30,000, but 1 lakh rupees you have paid as an interest, so it is not with you. So actual amount with you or the profit with you is 4,30,000, and that is termed as net profit before tax. Now this is the actual profit which is taxable. Now next step, since you have got this much profit, you are supposed to pay taxes to the government. So the next step, depending on the rate of taxes for that particular company applicable to the company, we are going to deduct, suppose 40% is the tax rate. Okay. So what we are going to do, we are going to deduct 40% of this amount. Okay. And then this is net profit. That is profit after tax, PAT we call it as, right? Or we call this as earnings.